Hey there, everyone. Scott Welsh here once again, and we've got a good topic for you this week. A topic so good, in fact, that this is the second video I've made on this particular subject. The first video I recorded earlier got a little bit venomous, crazy, passionate. It got out of control, got off the rails. So this is a much calmer, much more scientific video filled with facts and joy and entertainment. So let's get right to it. Three things today. What is the point of making these videos? And what are the repercussions? Very, very, very important. Number two, you saw the title. I'm going to talk about the best, in quotes, currency pair. And it is a very sticky subject. And three, I'm going to give you my recommendations. Yes, I am. Even though it might seem weird that I'm going to do that after I talk for a few minutes. Okay, disclaimer, we got a lot of numbers coming. They're all hypothetical, all based on what I think is sound back testing, but it's not live data. And of course, don't risk anything you cannot afford to lose. All right. Why say it in a video? Why do a video? Why publish a video? Aren't these the existential questions that we who publish videos should be asking ourselves, and maybe others? There are videos out there, and it's hard to discern what the point is. Why are you putting this video up? For example, if you put a video up with a catchy title and there's evidence against that particular subject, do you care? Does anyone care? I mean, that's why I wonder what's the point. Either maybe the video maker hasn't seen the evidence, doesn't want to consider the evidence. Is there something more nefarious? I'd hate to think that. But you've all seen the videos and the titles like this on the screen. The number one Forex tip. Is there a number one Forex tip? Like what if what you say is not? Like, what's the point? See what I'm saying? Or this is the number one strategy for 2019. Okay, but predictions we know are almost impossible and fruitless. So if we don't know what's going to happen in 2019, how can we pick the appropriate strategy for a prediction that may or may not come true? See what I'm saying? Why are we making that video? I'm curious. I need help. Or, the best currency pair to trade. Well, that's a rough one, the best currency pair. Because first of all, we could talk for an hour on what best means. Does it mean win percentage? Does it mean amount of trades? Does it mean on a particular time frame? Does it mean for profit? Does it mean for drawdown? Like, what does best even mean, right? So again, over and over, what's the point? Is it to get clicks? I mean, is it? I don't want to live my life thinking this, right? This is maybe where we got off the rails yesterday or the day, whenever I made this video previously during the week. Do you just put a title up there to try to get a bunch of people to click on it? What do you gain from that? What do I get from that? I get a certain amount of subscribers. I mean, what do you have to get to in YouTube to start making money? 100,000 subscribers? I mean, it doesn't happen in the trading world. Almost never. Find a trader with 100,000 subscribers, right? 10,000 is a monster in trading, right? Now, of course, I have a former tennis student who's a YouTube mogul who has millions and millions of views and millions of subscribers. That's a life. He's signed by an agent. He's a star. That's a living. Opening offices in Vegas, okay? But that's millions, okay? I don't understand why you'd make a video to get clicks if it's not your life. I don't get it. Maybe, and this is what I want to believe, is trying to help beginner traders. This is the best currency pair to trade. Okay, what's the point of that? I'm going to take a beginner, and I remember how hard it was to be a beginner, and that you're just desperate for any information. Get me started. Trading is so big and so daunting. Give me a tip to save me a year, 2 years. Get me started. If you tell a beginner the best currency pair to trade, maybe that can help. The number one Forex tip, I guess maybe it could help. The number one strategy, that's a tough one. I don't think that can ever help. But anyway, I came across this video the other day, and it's really why we're here talking this week. Guess what the title was? The best Forex pair to trade. Now, keep in mind, I do not know this person. Never met this person. I don't know what his motivation is, experience level, anything. I know zero. Here's what I do know. The channel on which it was posted has over 50,000 subscribers. That is monstrous for the trading world. Okay? 50,000 subscribers mean something's happening there. This person is respected. This person has good information. I don't, there's something, right? You can't get 50,000 from nothing. And the video that we're talking about right now had over 47,000 views. People are watching it. People care. They want to know what the best Forex pair to trade is. Presumably, what? To help their trading, to get a shortcut, to make money, to be able to retire next year. And there's a lot on the line when you give these tips. You can change the course of someone's life, or at least their financial life, by giving a good tip. To me, it's sacred. It's so important because you can change lives with a video that actually helps someone. Okay? Well, you can see it on the screen. I won't hold you in suspense. There wasn't any anyway. The best pair to trade, according to this video seen by over 47,000 people, is the Aussie New Zealand, AUD NZD. Now, here are the reasons. There was a strong case to be made why this is the best pair. It avoids the USD. This presumably makes it less risky. Where do all the news events come from? The dollar. When there's political news, usually it affects the dollar. When stuff goes way up or way down, there's shocks, it usually has the dollar in it. So that's the point. Aussie New Zealand keeps the dollar out of it, which again, hypothetically, theoretically, whatever you want to say, keeps you out of risk. Okay. Number two, Aussie and New Zealand are risk on currencies, which I love saying stuff like that. Risk on. It makes me feel like an economist. It makes me feel important. I'm not 100% sure I know what it means, so I don't use it very much. But risk on currencies, what that basically means is that these currencies aren't going to go into big shocks. Now, if you are an expert on risk on, you can explain it to me and make your own video. But the point that in the video that I watched was they're both risk on means it's safer. When risk is on, you don't have the shocks, and they're both risk on. If there's one risk on and one risk off, that's where you get the crazy moves. Got it? Kind of confusing, isn't it? Number three, it doesn't correlate. Right? The Aussie New Zealand does not correlate to the stock market, and that's basically what we're talking about when we're talking about Forex. We want the stock market to be bad and our Forex to be unaffected. Presumably, again, the Aussie New Zealand has nothing to do with the stock market, and that's a good thing. We can diversify our entire portfolio. My question was, if this is the best pair, why would we trade anything else? And if we're not trading anything else, then what do we care if it's correlated, right? We only want to trade the best. Okay, now maybe it's not correlated to the stock market. Okay, fine. But if it's as far as Forex, if I'm just trading that, but I get the point. According to the video, early news on the Aussie New Zealand corrects itself. Stuff comes out because it's all the way across the world. I'm living in the United States, all the way across the world. You have time during the day, but also news comes out, oh, it lost this, or this report came out, or jobs are lost, whatever. It fixes itself later in the day, which gives you time to recover, I guess. I mean, you have to trade a very interesting system to be able to have a new shock at the beginning and then fix it by the end of the day. I'm not sure what that system looks like, but again, I see the point. And the last reason, probably the most important reason, is that it either trends or consolidates. It either trends hard, because they're both similar risk on currencies, or it just kind of goes back and forth and consolidates. Okay, now make an important note of this. This currency pair was chosen because it either trends hard or consolidates nicely. That makes it a great pair. You can trade it to break out and get a big win, or you can trade it back and forth between support and resistance and make money, make money, make money. Right? Make a note of that. That is one of the best reasons why Aussie New Zealand is the best. Okay. Well, I'm going to make my recommendations and then we're going to talk about it. First, be aware of any recommendations, okay? The recommendations I make are based on evidence. That's what we're going to talk about. But most recommendations are made based on what works for me or what works for that person. It doesn't mean it'll work for you, okay? So be wary of recommendations. But that being said, I've tested for years and years and years, manually since 2004, robots since 2012, thousands of hours. So we're going to have an evidence-based backtesting discussion mathematically, okay? Here are my recommendations. These are good places to start. If you want to trade long-term systems, I recommend the euro dollar. That's my recommendation. I would call it, quote unquote, the best. It breaks some rules there. It has dollar in it. That's a problem, right? But if you're trading something like the turtle system, which is trend following, or weekly pivot, which is counter trend, or the golden cross, the GC, which is trend following again, you'll see. Hard to argue that the euro dollar is not the best or a great place to start. You can also throw in the pound dollar. I did it again, right? I would say my recommendation as the best would be one of those two. For 15-minute systems, my recommendation, if you're going to day trade on 15-minute charts, I like the dollar yen, pretty much hands down. I know, a lot of people hate it. I'm just talking about 2,500 hours of testing still, tested yesterday, I'll test again today. It's really not arguable. It responds the best to technical analysis. Now, I don't know what system you're trading. Remember, recommendations. I don't know what you're trading, but that's what I would recommend. You came to me. What's the best day trading? I'd say dollar yen. Pound dollar is also good, even though it can be crazy. Euro yen's not bad either, but I'd recommend in that order. Okay, where do I get off saying this? All right, well, I went to my portfolio back tester, my new toy, and I came up with a whole bunch of facts and figures. Let's explain it and let's see what you think. Number one, what are the systems? Well, I did the daily Heron, it's a daily chart. Okay, we're going to use different time frames. This goes with the trend and gets in on pullbacks. Ever heard of that before? Like buying pullbacks in the stock market. This has only been around for 850 billion years. Okay, go with the trend, buying a pullback daily chart. Weekly pivot is based on a move back to fair value. This is counter trend. This is go with the trend on a pullback, totally counter trend. You take fair value when price moves far away, you trade it immediately back to fair value. There's no going with the trend in this particular system. They're completely different time frames, right? I want a nice cross section to make my recommendation. This is the Golden Cross, one of the most famous trading systems. We've talked about it for free in the videos and for free in the newsletter on daily charts. This is the Golden Cross. 50 crosses the 200. You get in, and that's it. Simple system. Put a stop and a target on it and go. Very simple. This is the turtle system. How many times have we talked about it? For free on videos, newsletters. It's a daily chart. And instead of breaking out at the high of 55 bars, we break out at the higher low of 75 bars. We've talked about it a lot, right? The rest are just plain turtle rules. I've given them all for free. You can get those. These two are my day trading systems I've been studying for a long time. We're down to the 15-minute chart now. And similar to the Heron, we determine the trend and get in on pullbacks. We go for high win percentages. So we've got low win percentages, high win percentages. Daily charts, 15. Trend, counter trend. We've got it all. Two different trend followings, counter trend. Okay. Is this a fair cross section? I think unequivocally yes, but maybe you disagree. All right, here are the numbers. According to the video I watched from someone I do not know, the Aussie New Zealand is the best. That's where you should start. Here are the numbers. Trading one full lot each time. Trade size doesn't really matter, but these settings, by the way, were kept the same. I didn't change anything. I didn't optimize for each. The same settings for everything. This is apples to apples, as close as I could get. Okay? Same system, same settings, different currency pairs. Let's see. Daily Heron made 600 bucks. Loser, counter trend system. It lost from 2003 to 2019. Basic trend following, Golden Cross, it lost money in that time period. Turtle system, it lost money in that time period. Now remember, we love the Aussie yen, well, according to the video, because it trends or consolidates. Well, this is a consolidation system. It waits for it to get away, basically to hit some sort of supportive resistance, and then immediately bounces back. It consolidates. It goes one way and then consolidates. This is a consolidate system. Negative. This is, and remember, it either trends. If it doesn't consolidate, it's trending. This is a trend system, as pure as it comes. Loser. This is a trend following system, as pure as it comes. Been around for decades. Loser. Consolidate, negative. Trend, negative. See what I'm saying? Pause for dramatic effect. What do you think about that? Then we got into the day trading systems. 10,000 bucks here, okay, made money there, and 18,000. So clearly it does better in a day trading format. Now, see these highlighted? These are compounded, meaning every time the account went up, trade size was automatically adjusted. These were not. That's why they're highlighted. The numbers are going to get crazy because of the compounding. These numbers, however, are not that crazy, right? So you add them all up, and that's about what you get. That's not about, it is what you get. So from 2003 to 2019, the best currency pair made $18,000. Okay. Euro dollar, daily heron, better. Consolidate, contrary, or counter trend, same thing. Weekly pivot system, 23,000, did great. Basic trend following, 11,000. Turtle with compounding, $222,000, big winner. The day trading robot, 1.2 million. And the day trading heron, 258,000. Again, these are bigger because of compounding. So the euro dollar across all these very different systems was positive on everything. Do you see why I called it the best? That's my methodology. You could try it on big charts, you could try it on little charts, you could try it consolidating, you can try it in trend, counter trend, trend, doesn't matter, it seems to make money. That's why I recommend it as the best, and that's where you should start. Overall, made 1.8 million. Now the pound dollar, I also recommended, right? Daily heron, not great. Weekly pivot, did very well. Golden cross, identical, right? They're similar currency pairs, that makes sense. Turtle, it's not a misprint, by the way. Turtle, it lost money. Did not like the breakout system. But it does love day trading, 3.7 million. And similar on the heron, made about 258,000. Now, it made more money. So maybe that's best for you. Do you see why it's a tough definition? But it's not positive across all of them. And it went way high and way low. This was more consistent. That's why I rank euro dollar ahead of pound dollar. Here's our dollar yen. Did not like the daily heron with those settings, same as everything else. Didn't mind the weekly pivot. Golden cross, trend following, okay. Loved day trading, which is why I recommend it for day trading. $24 million. Again, hypothetical numbers. These numbers get crazy. This will be trading like 400 lots or something by the end. So we know all the obstacles. We talked about them. And then for the heron, it made a little bit of money, but overall made 24 million. Now I mentioned the euro yen. I don't put it in my top 3, but you can see it from the numbers. A little bit here. Did not like counter trend. A little bit on the golden cross, but hated breakout. Did great on the day trading hornet. Did not do great on the day trading heron. Still made $1 million though. Okay. Let's go back real quick. The Aussie New Zealand across all these different systems made 18,000, and the euro dollar made 1.8 million. Which one's the best? Why are we saying the Aussie New Zealand is the best? Well, we've got our reasons, but the numbers, what do you think? The numbers might show something different. All right, bottom line, what are the consequences of people believing that? If one of those 47,000 views changed the course of your trading life, and now you're doing the Aussie New Zealand and it doesn't work out, how much, instead of shortcutting, isn't there a danger of maybe adding time onto your trading journey? That's not great. But I would love it for me. I don't know about you. I love to see the numbers. I would love to see numbers on why that Aussie New Zealand is recommended. I understand the reasons, but the numbers say a drastically different story. Okay? I understand it though, it seems smart. I don't want to think it was made to get clicks. Oh, I'll make a video with a weird currency pair, exotic, and I'll get clicks for it. I don't want to believe that's true. But I didn't see any evidence except for theories. And that worries me. The best pairs, here's my recommendation again, the best pairs to use with technical analysis, not rules or theories or risk on, risk off, that sort of thing. I am a technical analyst, and the best ones to use are euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar yen. I would not recommend anyone to go anywhere else. You saw the numbers. Start there. Start with the big three. If you don't know what you're doing, start with the euro dollar. You saw it. And then branch out from there. Or what I think is you could start with the euro dollar and stay there. There are things that you can trade euro dollar and not deviate, which to me, again and again, makes it the best. But my goal for this video is that if you do take any of these recommendations, you've seen my evidence, you know why I say it, and there's a reasonable chance that you might be successful. All right, those are my latest updates. There's a newsletter. I've been doing a lot of research on my new toy, the Portfolio Backtester. There's the link. If you go there, that's what it looks like. If you love testing, I think it's a valuable Forex tool. And there's all the contact information. All right, I hope it's helpful. I love talking about this stuff, and I'll be back again next week. Bye for now.